Hi guys, how's it going? Matt the Tomato right here, hope you're all well. Welcome back to Prison Architect. We're playing the minimum / normal security female prison, which is looking a lot better than the previous prison was. We don't have that many prisoners, it has to be said, because we've made our cell blocks quite small, and we've actually prioritised some of the facilities as opposed to cell blocks. But I'm thinking, initially I was thinking about buying this plot of land over here, extending that way, but to be honest, I'm thinking about buying this plot instead and building some more cell blocks across the top, like a massive cell block going all the way across there. Maybe another canteen, and then some extra bits and bobs at the top there. Obviously we need the security and things like that, although we're looking at building our security down here, so maybe we don't need to build the security up there after all. So we'll do that. This is very, very small, don't get me wrong. This is epically small for a security. But we'll assign it as a security. I think, yeah, 4x4 is the minimum, that's great. So objects. Chair. Obviously we need the filing cabinet. And then let's put in a CCTV monitor there, with a chair like that. Can't really fit the phone tap in here though. Actually we could. We could fit the phone tap in. Dismantle that again. Objects. Hang on, wait for that to be dismantled. There we go. So let's put the filing cabinet here. So we can walk in that way. And now give me the phone tap. And we'll put that over there. Have a chair there. So you can have some banter between the CCTV and the phone tap workers there. Ooh, somebody found a drill. Wonder if that's Lily Platter. No. Right, what we do need to do though is conduct a toilet search of both blocks. And we'll do the family one as well. No one's in this one, so... Oh, actually, that's a good point. Do you have a baby? No. You're only 20. You've thrown your life away. 58. No, none of them have kids. What did you do? Vandalism. Only 1 year, though. But it means you've got a criminal record for the rest of your life. It's nuts. Let's go up to 20 guards as well. Okay, right. So, obviously we need a guard there. Open that door. And open that door. Let's have a guard patrol along here. Obviously that'll be for opening doors and things like that. Open door. And I'll actually hire a couple of extra guards here, because I would like some to look at the phone tap and things like that. Let's do that. Install another capacitor, because we need one. And let's look at installing some CCTV. So, obviously in places where we don't really want to have a guard. So, laundry and cleaning cupboards. Definitely over here in the common room. I would like to put some in visitation and parole anyway. We'll keep the guards in there though. And... probably in the holding cell. Now, I wouldn't mind having those couple in the family cells as well, but I don't think we need to do that just at the moment. That's probably going to be okay. Yeah, that'll be okay. And of course we'll have the phone tap. Okay, we can connect that up now actually. So phone tap, let's start connecting up to these here. I like the loop that it's creating here. Right, so we can do this. There was one in the holding cell, wasn't there? Yes, we can do that. And there's also a sneaky little phone over there, and a sneaky little phone there in the phone booth. In the common room, sorry. I think that's all the phones. Because we didn't put any in the family cell, so that's okay. And how's our cameras? They look like they're all ready. Oh, there's still one to be put up in the visitation, but I think there's a guy. Yeah, there's a guy going to do that now. He's exhausted though. Right, so let's connect up to... hello? There. That there. And then over to the laundry. And the cleaning cupboard. I think that's all the cameras, isn't it? Yes. We could probably fit a couple more onto this monitor, but at the moment I think we can just leave that alone. Okay, hygiene, clothing. Really? Did we not assign anybody to work over there? Alright, we don't need the guard in there anymore though. Why don't you put some extra people onto laundry then? So it's work-free time now. Of course, the janitors help out as well with laundry, but okay, you guys are going to work. Good. You're going for a poo. Okay, yeah, so we have a couple of guards in here monitoring stuff. Let's get rid of those. And I've also put in solitary doors on purpose because they're tough. We want to make it tough to get in here because, you know, if things happen, then you want to make it tough to get to the important things. This passageway here is somewhat redundant, though. There's no use for it at all. Like, we could ram in some extra solitary in here, but it'd look dumb. Maybe we could just do some... that's a good point, actually. What we could do is something like that, and we could have some extra toilet space. Obviously, that makes that a little bit easier to get out of there, but I reckon that's not actually the worst option in the world. That is also solitary, so it's a little bit harder to dig out of there when you're shackled. Right, and the other things we want to do are... Right, I think we'll put some CCTV in here as well. And here, because these are going to be the classrooms and chapels. So... let's do that. And let's do that. Right, so we need... let's do the chapel first. So, altar. Where does that go? Is there any particular importance to that, or... I don't know. I can't see which way that goes. So, right, so here we go. Pews. Right, that's definitely that way. This is a little bit big for the moment, but obviously if we do expand, then... is that good enough? Yeah, that's okay. And then we can have a couple of prayer mats at the back. Although actually what we should probably do here is face them this way, like that. That'll be better. That's a lot. That's a bit overkill for the amount of prisoners we have, but I still think that's okay. Right, school desk and office desk. So again, we'll put the office desk over there, chair, and then we'll go with lots and lots of school desks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 15. 16, 17, 18. No, hang on, that's not right. That looks terrible. Yeah, let's just do that. That's only 18. Of course, the mission is 20. I don't care. Do I look like I care? No. Right, and we're going to want to connect up the Oh dear, I just hit the clear connections. That was dumb. Oh well. Let's connect these up again in a different order. Hoping that we can connect all of these. We might need another CCTV monitor. They all work, but what about this one? Yes, that does work. There's enough. I don't think we'll be able to connect any more to that monitor, but that's okay. I'm not too fussed about that, because that's probably all I'm going to have in this area. So that's fine. Yeah, it's only 18 school desks. It's a bit annoying, but what can you do? We need 20. Guess what we could do is you could just ram in a couple at the end, just to when we've completed the mission here. Just ram in a couple of extra school desks. Not going to matter too much. We could sort that out if we wanted to, but can't be bothered. Oh, our short-term investment's coming in. Fantastic. Okay. So, do I just take the long-term one? Sure. And then... let's pick up cell block B. We'll pick that up. But for the most part, that is actually the minimum security area finished. Although I might set up another parole. Because we do have 2 prisoners up for parole here. So it might be well worth actually finishing this particular piece here. So if we go rooms, parole, like that. And just set up another visitors table. Minimum sec and deploy a guard. Do the same over there, minimum security. And obviously, bam, with that, and then staff only in this zone and in the security. Right, so with that done then, we will set up our programs here actually. So foundation education and spiritual guidance. So let's edit the schedule so that we can do this properly. So let's put foundation education there. Ooh, hang on. Hit that pause button. We're already over capacity. I need to turn that intake off. Yep. Okay. Right, so we can play again. Edit schedule. So if we keep spiritual guidance in the morning, yeah, see, more people can do the afternoon session. See, that parole hearing is at a strange time, but we'll keep that as it is for now. There's only 2 interested over there, though. But then again, we don't have that many prisoners, so don't really see why we'd do that, because if there's only 26 prisoners, then we don't. I mean, what do we got here? 4, 7, 10, 12, 16, 17, 19. So there's only 7 prisoners that aren't really doing anything. Or 10 rather, because we're at 29 here. So it's a pretty good ratio. It's about 70-75% of prisoners are on some sort of reform program. If not, they're working. So if we look at logistics, yeah, they'll probably be working in here. So yeah, everybody's actually doing something. So that's, I mean, I can't complain about that. If anything, we just need more prisoners. We've not had too many troubles with solitary lately. So I'm actually going to assign this to be a cell. And I guess we get rid of the solitary cells, solitary doors here. We don't. You can have solitary doors on cells if you want to, but we don't need it in minimum security. And we can make these into cells. So we could accept a couple more prisoners if we wanted to. So we've only got the one in holding, so we could take maybe a couple more. Okay, there's an increased number of people doing the alcohol thing as well. That's good. The alcoholics therapy. Come on, guards, what are you doing? Open the doors. There's two of you in here as well. It's only a small block. Gee whiz. Okay, yeah, CCTV still working, good. It's a good spot. We can see most of the room there. Might be time to set up the normal security stuff. I think it is time. Although we might want to actually set up a second parole hearing. Yeah, that'll do. We'll set up 2 parole hearings then. Both in the same room, mind you. So actually, we do not need to have a guard in there because that's not actually being used at the moment. But the more prisoners we'll have, then maybe that'll get used. Right, I need to put jail doors in on those to confirm those as cells. Is that Lily again? No, that's Hannah. Hannah Leversedge? Leversedge? I don't know how to pronounce that. But she's the 20-year-old who's here for only 1 year. But she might add extra years to her sentence if she keeps stealing weapons. So, search the toilets as well. I do that. Do it in the family cell. This one's not occupied, I don't think. Ooh, found some cell phones. Found some drugs. That's bad. More drugs. Oh, gee, are you kidding me? Who owns this cell? Must be her. Avery. Yeah, found drugs. Avery. That is her over there. She should get double lockdown for that. She's also stealing spoons, alcohol, and fags. Well, yeah, you've just given yourself 6 hours worth of punishment right there. Stupid. Yeah, I think we're ready to set up our normal security here. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our water and power for that sector. So, power station doesn't have to be exactly symmetrical, but I am going to do it symmetrical purely for the sake of it. Now, we don't really need another water station as such, but I think we'll put one in anyway just for the purposes of it. And we'll get 2 capacitors up there nice and early. We'll get a solitary door in here, which is obviously free, because we dismantled a couple of our solitary bits already. We'll get another security built in there, and then we'll secure this area. Now you might be wondering why I've built columns in the middle there. Well, I'm thinking of eventually putting in some more jail doors in there, and basically just increasing the security of that. Now we will have another holding cell. So technically I wasted money on those materials there, but oh well. So utilities, join that up there to get that going. Now of course this is a separate power grid, so the colour of the wires will be different to show us that they're different grids, because you can't actually mix grids together. Like this power station can never connect to this one, if you know what I mean. Open the door. Right, so I might get the planning tool out here. So how big is that? 7. So we're going to go and try and go down the symmetry route here, I think, because it's fun. Right, so how did we do this then? So we did a pathway running down here, like that. And obviously this is visitation, and the double parole. Oh, we had an early release. Fantastic. So let's take on another couple there. Obviously they'll go into holding, but I'm not going to argue about that. So 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Here, I think. Yes, because that's the staff room. And then how big did we make the staff room? 12 meters. And then in length, we did 7. There we go. So that's going to be another staff room. Oh, yeah, that's a good way to check there. We'll also have another common room. We're going to try and do it relatively symmetric. Ooh, cell phone found there. Who's that? Sophia Mackenzie. Oh dear, how dare you. What did you do? Handling stolen goods is your punishment. 8 years. You plead not guilty as well. Well, the fact that you're stealing stuff suggests that you are handling stolen goods. So, don't complain. And then this obviously is going to be a cell block that is, it's basically going to be a clone of this. So we could set up clones, we could do the cloning tool with that, so we could do a copy of that there. And what have we got here? So 2 away from there was this. And what was the... so 12 again. So we'll set that up. And again, we can just clone that cell block, which is going to be pretty easy. So that's okay. And then we have a yard. Although, saying that, we might actually want to trim back on one cell block here. The reason being, we might want a slightly bigger yard. So I think we might actually trim back a little bit on this cell block here. So not exactly symmetrical when compared to that, but just a slightly bigger yard, because obviously it's normal security, so they'll get a little bit more cranky if they don't have enough room. So, and then beyond that, so it was 2, so here, so 1, 2, so beyond that is this block here, so 15 meters. Which we can't actually do. Really? Wow, okay. So there's actually we're slightly off by 1 tile. So what we'll therefore do then is we will reduce that corridor to just 1. 15 meters there. Wow, I can't believe that. We're off by 1. And then that is 8 meters by 6. So 6 to 8. So we do that. And that, because that's going to be the infirmary, the 2 family cells on that side, and then of course the shower in the middle. Okay, so we can do that, and then 2 squares away from the front here is the canteen. And how big was that? 34 by 15. Okay. So again, we're going to be ooh, that's actually very, very bad. That corridor is going to be very narrow. Is that the best thing? Maybe not. It's a narrow corridor. Because the reason being, we can't build in this edge here. We can't build there. So we could just purchase that expansion, of course, but that's just slightly annoying. And it's 1, 2 over to the edge here, like that. With this one being 11 and that one being 12. That's right. So 11, obviously chapel, 12, and then I think it was only 3 here or something like that. Cleaning cupboard and laundry for the normal security. And then pathways, this is obviously going to be the yard, because we need to make the yard a bit bigger. So the downside to this is we're actually slightly off by 1 tile. So we're going to have narrower corridors in the normal security area, which is never really advisable, but we like to have a little bit of fun. So we're going to mess around a little bit with that, and yes, okay, so we laid out the planning. Oh yeah, we need to secure that in as well. So that is the planning for the normal security. So this is why this is what I should have done in the first prison, basically. I should have laid out the normal sec. I should have laid it all out with the planning tool before I did it. But, I did not do that, which was stupid. So, see, this is going to be a different holding cell. But obviously we need to build the canteen and stuff to go with this as well. So, let's grab that tool. Just makes that a little bit easier to build that kitchen. So that's definitely in line with that, right? Yes, okay. So this holding cell will be slightly different. I think I mentioned it at the start, where this holding cell will actually only have normal beds. It's not going to have bunk beds. So let's go ahead and build this then. There. And we'll also lock in that. Oh yeah, we need to wait for the foundation to be built before we can do anything there. Okay, so we're going to start to set up the normal security stuff here. So we've got 4 prisoners in the holding cell in minimum sec. Let's just check all our deployment. Yeah, we're all good here. And of course, from this point, we can decide which way we want to expand. So we can expand this way, this way, this way. And depending on whether we want to build more normal sec, whether we want to build more minimum sec, or if we just want to like build a little bit of both again, or if we want to focus on one at any given time, we have the choice, and I like that. So brick wall, here, here, and obviously there. Before I forget, let's do another search of the toilets, just in case there's any cranky stuff going on here, or dodgy tunnel digging or whatever. Because it's very easy to dig out this way, very, very easy to get out there. As it is this way as well, you can dig out straight forward that way and you're out onto the road. So we'll probably put in some roadblocks later on. Okay, early release prisoner, fantastic. Okay, so we'll take on 1 extra minimum security here. So utilities, power, so obviously we're going to want to power the security room over there. And this room over here. We're also going to want to power. So I'll probably do a clone of this, to be honest. Although saying that it's sort of mirrored, isn't it? But I don't really need to set that up yet. Like, that does not need... We don't need the security there just yet. So, yeah. Okay, so let's try to mirror this in some sort of way, but we're just going to go with some standard beds here. We're not going to go with bunk beds, because I think that feels a little bit more dangerous to me. And ramming a bench over there. And we don't need that many shower heads, we only need 3. Because obviously there's only 3 prisoners going to be in here, so... Yeah, that seems okay, we'll do that. Let's go... We should assign this now, I think. Holding cell there. Oh yes, utilities, we need to bring the pipework through here. So... I'm actually going to do this. And then obviously bring the pipework southwards here to sort of mirror a little bit of what's going on there. And we don't actually need this middle set of pipes here. We don't need it because obviously there's no actual showers there. So okay, so this holding cell is done, or it's eligible for use. And just to save any confusion at all, bam, medium sec. Funny how it calls it medium security in the deployment, and yet it calls it normal security in the prisoners list. Make your goddamn minds up. Excellent. Okay. This is obviously done. We'll use a phone tap in this security room here to access that. What are you doing? Oh yes, you're going to be installing some pipe work in that particular zone there. That's fine. Okay. I'm not going to complain about that. Could do another toilet search. Let's do it. Keep searching. Actually, let's search that one as well. I know it's not actually in use, but actually what we need to do is a shakedown. We'll do that in the next episode. That's it for now, though. Thanks for watching. Actually, what I'll do is I'll pop in a quick save here. So, save prison. We'll call it Norm. Or no, let's call it Min Med for medium. Sec female. LP for Let's Play. Save. Okay, cool. Right. So I'll hit the pause button and end this episode right here. So thanks for watching. If you like Prison Architect, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. For now, that's it though. See you later, guys, and join me next time for more of myself, Matt the Tomato, and I'll play through with the normal / minimum security female prison. See you later, guys.